God has spoken through Mr. Emmanuel that class needs to be recorded. Otherwise, would have gone and it hasn't been recorded. People would have forgotten. Yes, colleagues, where were we when I was kicked out? We were on this check, this incorrect check, which was incorrectly recorded of 750. So we're taking it as a payment, and since the amount that was recorded is a lower amount, so the payment is understated. Okay, colleagues, the payment is understated. Can you get me? Hello? Okay. Yes. We're on this transaction of a check for 750, which was incorrectly recorded. So we're saying this payment has been understated. So whenever a payment is understated, first thing you need to find out by how much was it understated by. Okay, how much was the payment understated by? So 750 minus 570, 180. Okay. So where will this go in the cash book to correct this error? This 108. Don't put the 750 here. What would that imply if you just put this 750? They say, oh, it was incorrectly recorded. Let me just put 750. You're reducing the payment further if you put on the debit side. Remember, the payment was originally recorded on the credit side. Now, a smaller figure was recorded on the smaller side, okay? 570 was recorded on the credit side. So now we see that, okay, this 570 was understated by 180. Huh? You asking something, Mr. Vincent? Okay. So I was saying this 570, initially it was recorded on the credit side. It was understated. Okay. So it was understated by 180. So where would this 180 go? Because if you put it on the debit side here, this is what you're doing. 570 minus 180, you're now recording 390 on the payment side, which will be an error. So where should the 180 go, colleagues? On the credit side, right? On the credit side, so that it adds up with this small amount, so that it goes to the original total of 750. Okay, so understated payment 750 minus 570. So we put it on the credit side here, 108. Any questions? So any understated payments, colleagues, they go on the credit side. What about an overstated payment? Where would it? Huh? Where was I kicked out from? Are we okay with this understated payment being put at 180 kwacha? Is everyone okay with this credit entry? Yes, as I said, the payment was understated. Okay. Originally, it was 540 that was put in there, and 570. So this 570 was a lower amount. Okay. So in order to correct this lower amount, we add this 180 on the credit side, so that when you put 180 plus 570, you get the total figure of 750. Yes, we're taking it as a payment. If it was a receipt, okay, understated receipts, just remember this. I think understated receipt, it should be on the debit side, okay, so that you put the correct amount, okay. Then understated payment, credit side. Then an overstated payment, you put on the debit side to correct the error. The error. And then an overstated receipt, you put it on the credit side. I think you would want to write this down. Yes. This is how you correct these errors for payments or receipts. Any questions before we move to the next transaction? Any questions? Mm-hmm. Here I'm assuming, sir. I'm assuming it's a pay. The information is vague. It's the information is too vague. I just hope they don't bring such statements for you tomorrow, because you might you spend time now 30 minutes debating now. Okay. So what I would advise tomorrow, go with your gut instinct. Okay. So here I'm assuming it's a payment. Okay. If it doesn't balance, then we'll try to make it a receipt. Is that okay, Mr. Kasono? Yes. Because I think when you record a check, I think you're recording checks to pay. You can also record a check to get money. Huh? Can you record a check to get money, Mr. Kason? In your business, can you you can record a check to get money, to receive money? Let's get this so that we settle this here. Colleagues, Madam Geraldine, can someone record a check to receive money? No, I think it's because so we'll go under the assumption that when you record a check, you're recording to make a payment. I, Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Interest earned of 150 quarter was not recorded in the cash book. Where will this go? Credit. Why is it debt? Yeah. Yes, this in incomplete records, it was only Madame Geraldine. At least here now I'm hearing voices here. Okay. Yes. A customer's direct deposit of 1,200 was omitted from the cash book. Which side, debit or credit? Debit, yes. Are we okay with that? Okay. A payment to a supplier of 2,500 was incorrectly recorded as 2050 in the cash book. Colleagues, let's see if we've understood what's happening here and how do we correct this error. No, I want Sam. Mr. Chimunya specialize tomorrow specialize in thing control accounts, partnerships, and manufacturing accounts. Yes, Mr. Vincent. Finding the difference is correct, but if you add it on the debit side, you're making another error. It's, colleagues, this is an understated payment. Yes. No, sir. It's even saying understated payment. So here there's no um, need for checking afterwards. The difference, the understated amount. Yes. I hope we wrote down those notes and as for understated and overstated. So in case that tomorrow, if they are brought overstated payments, you know what to do. When payment is overstated, what do we do? Yes, you debit the difference. Okay. Now at least tonight I can sleep well then. 2,500 minus 2,050. Just the 3,450 or 450. Okay. All right. All right. The bank erroneously credited Mbuzi's Limited's account with 1,000, which belongs to another customer. So where will this go? Make, yes. Now make your statement more clear, Mr. Chimunye. It's ambiguous. We're not putting it where. So where is it going? So where is it going to appear? The question is, where is it going to appear? In the banks, consider, or in the cash? Okay. Okay. Yes. A standing order for rent over 1,800 was deducted by the. Okay, credit. Yes, standing order. Oh wait, are there any more transactions? Oh, okay. Standing order. Yes, standing orders when you tell your bank to make payments for you. Okay. The next one, bank charges of 60 kwacha were recorded twice in the cash book. If we credit, we're making it triple. Bank charges, take it like this, okay? Bank charges, initially they come on the credit side, okay? Because they are payments. Now, instead of 60 kwach, they've put 120 kwach. So how do we correct this error? So, Mr. Chimone, I've seen if you credit, you're making the error even worse, right? Yes. Debiting how much? Because the thing is this, remember, when you're dealing with these errors, you have to ask yourself, how much do I need to remain with on the credit side to make this transaction true? So, how much do we need to debit so that here on the credit side it should just remain 60? Yes. Yes. If we debit 60 here, remember 120 minus 60, 60. Okay. So we would have corrected the error. So we're debiting the over, this is an overstated payment. Okay. Yes. Debit side. Yes. Did you see the diagram I drew earlier on? I put the notes there. Did you get it down? Eesh. Colleagues, let me just put it so that get this down. Understated payments, credit side. Understated payment, overstated payment. These are the differences, okay? Overstated payment here. Understated receipt, debit side. Overstated receipt, credit side, okay? Please, colleagues, get this down so that tomorrow, when you're attempting this question, you don't just end on the title there, just said cash book, and just end with 2 marks. No. At least if you reach this part here where we've reached in this question here, this is 15 marks. If you reach this part, how many marks do you think you get? You've reached this part we've reached, and it's out of 15. How many marks do you think you're going to get? Yeah, around 7 there, around 7. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. Overstated payment 60. Then, yes, a post-dated check of 900 was recorded in the cash book but not included in the bank statement. Colleagues, what is a post-dated check? All of you have got bank accounts. Okay? You all got bank accounts. What's a post-dated check? Mr. Trumbo, you wonder. Yes? Yes. Another hand raised, yes? We're not going that route. We are not going that route. Ha, 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 ha. So, colleagues, how do we deal with this post-dated check? So that has already been done. I don't think you do. You don't reverse yet. I don't think you reverse yet. You just leave it. Hmm. Thank you for that point, madam. Thank you very much, madam. Okay, let's do this. For now, let's leave it. Let's see if the thing will balance. If it doesn't balance, we'll try to do a transaction for it. Okay. Yes. But Madam Florence, thank you for that insight. Okay. Then we've got this one now. A check for 1,500 issued to a supplier was cashed but recorded twice in the cash book. Hmm. Understated, overstated. Overstated payment, right? Hmm. So instead of putting 3,000, I mean, instead of putting 1,500, they put 3,000. Yeah. So how do we correct this? How much are we uh, debiting to correct this error? 1,500, yes. So this was actually a good question because it's brought all the angles. Madam Sylvia, thank you for bringing this question. It's bring I can see almost all the angles in bank reconciliation. Yes, 1,500. Okay, let's see. Well, then that's all. Okay, so we get our balance. I hope we all know how to balance now these close these T accounts. 26,310. Okay, we find on the credit side how much it is. 2,930. So balance carried down 26,310 minus 2,930. You get 23,330. Okay, and this is the balance brought down 23,008. Any questions before now we go to the reconciliation statement? Mm-hmm. Good evening. Yes. Oh, that's Mr. Twambo, right? Sir, you missed incomplete records. Okay, there's a video, don't worry. Okay. Yes. Okay, colleagues. So now we need to make the bank reconciliation statement. So there are two options that you can have. Okay, because here the question hasn't told you which one to start with. Okay. 23,380. Mm-hmm. You're finding something else? Let me zoom in first. If you can get a screenshot. Yes, get a screenshot, sir. 23,380. Mm, yes, just get a screenshot so that as mm, yeah, yeah, because here we have to make sure that tomorrow at least you're going in confident. Okay, remember one trick with accounts, even though you haven't fully understood the question, put down what you know about the question. You earn marks. At least put something down. At least it should look a lot. Okay, it should look a lot. All right. Now, as I was saying, the bank reconciliation statement. There are two ways it can be done. I think you also need to get a screenshot of this. But method one is the you don't really just it's easy to understand because method one is the straightforward way. Okay. Method one, you start with the balance for the bank statement. Think of this as the forward method, right? the forward method. Okay, each the fourth years. Colleagues, after we're done with this, we can have another session later on because about fourth years or so around this time. So once we're done with this question, we can meet later on in the evening. We can look at, you tell me which topic you want to look at. Okay. Now, as I was saying, when you start with the balance for the bank statement, you are moving forward. Okay. UPND. Think of UPND when you start with the balance as per bank statement, where you add uncredited checks. This is money that you're earning, positive money. Remember, uncredited checks or lodgements, this is money that you are earning. Then you subtract unpresented or outstanding checks. These are payments. Okay. Then once you subtract that, your answer should be the same as the balance of the cash book. Okay. So I think for today, you grasp this one. Then just remember the second method is just the reverse. But I don't think Mr. Romeo will dictate which one to use. Did he say he's going to dictate which one to use? Did he give a hint? Okay, okay, for now, grasp this one because it wouldn't be fair for me to say grasp both of them. But for now, let's grasp this one first because this one's the easiest. You're just moving forward, okay? So when you start with the balance for the bank statement, yeah, so it's a balance as per bank statement. So with this one, we start with what's the balance for the bank statement? 25,000. Okay. So in a question, if your cash book has a credit balance, then your bank statement has to have a negative balance. Remember that. Okay. If in the question they've told you your cash book has a credit balance, just know your bank's also the bank balance should be a negative number. All right. Then next we're going to add any uncredited checks. Okay. Or deposits in transit. Add and here we use deposits in transit. In transit. Network ish. I hope everyone else's network is okay. So deposit in transit 5,500. Okay, let's see. We had this error here where they told us that the bank erroneously credited. Okay, so how do we correct this error in the bank statement? Are we going to add it or subtract it? We subtract. Well, since it was credited, it means our account increased by 1,000. So to correct the error, we need to subtract. So less bank error, 1000. Okay. Then we need to subtract the outstanding checks because these were payments. Okay. Is deposit in transit or receipts? That's why we add it to our bank statement. These outstanding checks, they are payments, so that's why we're deducting. So less outstanding checks, 6,300. This is where your heart should start beating now. Here, because it has to give the balance with the cash book, 23,200. Okay, so we're off by how much? We're off by one. This one eight. This understated payment. Huh?